Party dance time.
My friend, we cannot keep this a secret any longer.
One doomsday rumor has a planet, a rogue planet named Nibiru or Planet X coming into the solar system and crashing into Earth. This is silly. If there were such an object, anybody could see it. It would be one of the brightest things in the sky.
And all of a sudden, NASA started talking about Planet X. I was like, wait, what? Wait, what?
Hi, I'm Jim Green, Director of Planetary Science at NASA. I couldn't be more pleased about what's happening. If Planet X is out there, we'll find it together.
Wait, what? Wait, what? Dude, seriously, it's called Planet 9 or Fatty? Now you're calling it Planet X? NASA, that's weird.
The solar system possesses an additional ninth planet.
There's a real planet out there still to be found.
It's important for us to continue to work.
So the object itself likely sits right in between that terrestrial to giant icy planet range.
People have always looked at all these other planets in this strange mass range and said, wow, I wonder what these are. I don't know what these are because we don't have anything like it in the solar system. Looks like maybe we do.
It's too early to say with certainty that there's a so-called Planet X out there.
I'm really hoping that as we announce this, people start a worldwide search to go find this ninth planet.
If Planet X is out there, we'll find it together.
Oh, this actually might even be true.
Thor News
now takes you to a completely different world. The true story of a Hollywood legend.
Mike Brown. I kill Pluto. I kill Pluto. I kill Pluto. Give it to Mikey. He'll dislike anything.
And action.
Hit the button, baby. Stay cool. This is a Thor News presentation. Thor News presents
Party dance time.
There's something out there.
All right, we were over at Discover, Science for the Curious. And we were talking about Out There, to Planet 9 and Beyond, an interview with Mike Brown. All right, so Discovery is curious, and they're out there. I really hope this isn't an article about Mike Brown coming out of the closet. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I'm just here for the hard science, not for the astronomer gossip. You know what I'm saying? If I want astronomer gossip, I'll go hang out with Dazza Astromutt. Okay, to Planet 9 and Beyond, an interview with Mike Brown by Corey Powell, April 30th, 2016. A man and his planet. Well, I don't think Mike owns the planet, just because you found it. But who knows? Mike Brown alongside the most likely orbit of Planet 9. I mean no disrespect when I say that Mike Brown is a man on the edge. In fact, it is one of the highest forms of praise I can imagine. Brown, an astronomer at Caltech, has been one of the most aggressive scientific explorers of the dark, outer boundaries of the solar system. His campaign to extend human vision into the poorly understood region beyond Neptune led to the discovery of a whole menagerie of large objects, including Pluto's near twin, Eris. That work led to the official demotion of Pluto from planet to dwarf planet. It's kind of like the assassination of JFK led to the demotion of president to dwarf president, or puppet in chief. Anyway, this video is not about the Iron Bank. This video is about Planet 9, I think. Brown has no regrets in life. Wow, that's interesting. He proudly calls himself at PlutoKiller on Twitter. Yeah, I still can't get him to freaking tweet me back, man. Not because he considers Pluto unimportant, but because he considers the whole vast region beyond Neptune so hugely important for understanding evolutionary history of Earth and the rest of the solar system. It's kind of interesting, though. Like, if science is pouring like $1 trillion down a hole, just trying to figure out like how the solar system is created and how the universe is created. And, you know, there's a chance you guys may never, ever, ever know. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe life's always been here and it'll always be here. I don't know. That's a cool thing about screenwriter. You just get to think of a lot of different options and try and figure out which one is the most entertaining, interesting, informative. You know? Anyway, what's it talking about? All right. So Mike Brown and all science trying to understand the evolutionary history of Earth and the rest of the solar system. Great. Most recently, Brown and his colleague, Konstantin Batygin, tracked down strong evidence for Planet 9, a large planet about 10 times the mass of Earth, orbiting at least 200 times as far from the sun as we are. The announcement made headlines around the world, but Planet 9 is still just the beginning. From Brown's perspective, the solar system we know is merely the part that happens to be easily seen, blasted with bright sunshine, a tiny fraction of a much larger, richer, and more complicated whole. The farthest thing we've seen so far is a 500-kilometer wide chunk called V774104, about 15 billion kilometers out. But the sun's gravitational influence extends another 1,000 times farther still. Wonderful. What else circles out there in the darkness? Killer Smurfs. Hot Martian women on an excursion. Trillions of dormant comets. Definitely. That dude knows because he's been there. Planet 9. Very likely. Other planets the size of Earth, Mars, or the Moon. Completely new categories of solar system bodies. No, because science likes to keep things simple. So it's either a dwarf or not a dwarf. A planet, not a planet. Asteroid, not an asteroid. Comet, not a comet. That's it. If you disagree, the IAU will slip a knife between your ribs. So, unless you're Batman and can kick their freaking asses, you better keep your mouth quiet. I caught up with Mike Brown to find out more about what we know and what we don't know and how he's hoping to change the balance between the two. And for more astronomy news as it happens, follow him on Twitter, Corey Powell or the PlutoKiller. Or me, really. I'm at New Thor. I just don't tweet that much. First of all, in response to the absurd internet rumors, let me say that I promise not to ask if Planet 9 will kill us all, said Corey Powell. And Mike Brown said, yeah, but it would be really funny if it then just did kill us. That would make us all look stupid. No, it's not going to happen. Thanks, Mike. You just brought up an interesting point. Like, let's say, for the last 10, 15 years, NASA's been like, there's no Planet X. No Planet X. There's no Nibiru. There's no Tiamat. There's no Nemesis. There's no Herculubus. Nothing is coming to kill us. Like, let's say a week from now. Boom. You see like a second sun appear behind the sun so clearly that everybody in the world could see it. And so then it's like, oh my God, there it is. There is the famed winged planet coming to kill us all. And then like everyone would turn to NASA and be like, hey dudes, you guys told us that thing wasn't there. And then what would NASA say? Like, we didn't see it. And then you think like people would be really, 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 really mad at NASA and NASA scientists, like, I don't think they'd be nice to them. You know what I'm saying? And they would be very mad at scientists. Anyway, but I guess then we'd all be screwed and we'd all be dying and dead and stuff. So, okay, so yeah, first off, Planet 9 is not going to kill us. Glad we got that out the way. But seriously, how could a giant planet be buzzing around our own solar system without anyone seeing it? Okay, first of all, bro, our solar system is giant. The empire of the sun extends way, 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 way out there. And I'll let Mike answer. The problem is that reflected sunlight is a terrible, terrible thing for observing because objects in the outer solar system get fainter by 1 R4. What the hell is that? Their brightness falls off as the square of distance from the sun and again as square of distance from Earth. It's a big solar system and things get faint fast. That's what she said. When and how did the circumstantial evidence for Planet 9 become convincing to you? As early as 2000s, there would be something going on in the outer solar system, and people would say, it must be a planet. Even I said, it must be a planet. And then we found the total badass Sedna on this crazy orbit. And I said there are 3 or 4 possibilities to explain its orbit. And one is a planet. But the pieces never came together until the realization 2 years ago that all these funny objects we keep finding are actually lined up in one direction. Oh my God, is that where the band got its name from? See, it was right. You gotta look for pop culture to see the signs. And that the successful boy band One Direction is total proof of Planet 9. What? Okay. Also interesting, all of these objects have perihelia, their closest point to the sun, that are higher than they should be. They've all been pulled away from the sun by something. You predict that Planet 9 is not aligned with the other bodies in the far outer solar system, but it is in exactly the opposite direction. That surprised me. Why would that be? We did not expect it! Exclamation point! Man, Mike Brown uses exclamation points way more than I thought he would. The first obvious hypothesis is Chad Trujillo and Scott Sheppard's. Wait, I read that wrong, but it's true. Is that there's a planet that's aligned with these objects, as suggested by Chad Trujillo and Scott Sheppard. Let's say it again. They started this great work, and then Mike Brown stole their thunder and is running with it. But it's good to see that he keeps mentioning Chad Trujillo and Scott Sheppard because we're all supposed to be working together as a team because Earth is a human family. But when we ran the computer models, the planet would always destabilize these objects. Then we also noticed that it would capture anti-aligned objects, much to our surprise. So much to our surprise that we didn't believe it at first. It seems crazy that the way you stabilize yourself is being on a cross orbit with a 10 Earth mass planet. Well, that's how I stabilize myself, bro. What, did you just get to the party, pal? Well, go ahead and pick up a pamphlet, drink some punch, and let's go. But it's crossing the orbit in a protected way, in a resonance so that the objects never come close to the planet itself. In fact, the only way never to come close to the planet is to be anti-aligned. If you are aligned, you spend a lot of the time kind of close. How are you going to find Planet 9 and prove that you are right? I hear you're booking time on the Subaru telescope. I wish booking were the right word. You apply, write a proposal to the allocation committee. Wait, We would need something like 20 nights on the Subaru telescope to cover the most likely region where Planet 9 is hanging out these days. You know, people get pissed off about NASA and stuff, like, NASA. But, like, Mike Brown ain't NASA, bro. He's Caltech. You can say the same thing they're not. You know, because, so, it doesn't seem like NASA's cooperating too much with the gang that's trying to find this ninth planet, which is interesting. And, yeah, we don't have a whole lot of telescopes, man. They ain't putting a whole lot of money into telescopes. Anywho, this article's long, so it's going to be continued because I like to cover them in depth. Anywho, so stay tuned for the next exciting chapter in the Planet 9 saga. Peace out. High five to the internets. Oh, I think it's a cool story. Sweet. God bless everybody. Stay cool.
What is a planet?
My friend, we cannot keep this a secret any longer.
The solar system possesses an additional ninth planet.
What? Where? Why, what? Come on, man, out with it. We haven't got all day to waste.
There's a real planet out there still to be found.
This is the most fantastic story I've ever heard.
Stay cool.